Oh my gosh, I bought a car. I bought it. I actually bought it. And yeah, it's okay. At first I was pretty hesitant. Actually, I was hesitant. But in the end, I felt like it was the right decision. It's a good car. She's sturdy. It's like a tank. And yeah, so I'm happy. Everything's cool. And actually, to be honest with you, that was weeks ago. Weeks ago. I have had such a crazy time. Here I am. I got a car, I get a phone, and actually at this very moment, I'm on the way to the capital city of Costa Rica, San Jose, and I'm going to buy a GoPro camera. Hey guys, so I got my GoPro, I'm testing it out in front of this church here, and then I think the name of the town is Ignacia, sorry. The town is called Ignacia. Here it is, my GoPro at night. And yeah, so I got the GoPro and I headed out of San Jose ASAP. I can't say I hate it because I haven't experienced it enough, but I didn't like the experience. Directions and trying to find places in Costa Rica is not easy. As you can see, I'm not sitting in a hotel room, and it's close to midnight, and I just drove out of the city to get out of there, and I wanted to just see kind of how far I could get, and I saw that the coast was 2.5 hours away. Google Maps sometimes tells you one thing and then sometimes it's not the right way, or sometimes it sends you off in this weird direction. Anyways, I put in the name of the town that I wanted to go to on the coast and started going down this road, and then I saw this street sign pointing to the same town but in like turn right instead of going straight. And I thought, okay, I'm not going to listen to Google Maps. I'm going to go the way the locals go. And that was a mistake. It was basically like turned into this dirt road, like really poor quality. And it kept getting like smaller and more rough. And, you know, at one point there was... Don't do that. Olive's digging a hole in the ground in the public park. Don't dig in the park. So I was going down this road and it was getting smaller and rougher, and eventually there was no road. It was completely buried and gone by a wall, you know, a 2-3 story pile of dirt that had literally covered the road and washed it out. And I was in disbelief when I saw it, and I was just like, I'm like in a quarry. The road was just gone, and it was this pile of red dirt with these huge boulders. Like there was a boulder the size of my car in the road. And I was in disbelief, and I sat there for a minute, and then I got out and I wanted to check it out, and I wanted to go get a picture or something. And when I got out of the car and I kind of like walked over closer and I looked down, and you know, where it was washed out off the side of the road, and you could hear this huge river just like roaring down there. Google Maps, sometimes she wants to send you in the wrong direction or turn you around, but I felt like in Costa Rica, you should maybe trust it a little bit more, because if it's telling you to take the road that's 20 minutes longer, there might be a good reason for that. Good morning. Good morning. I think it's now probably about 7 o'clock, maybe 10 after 7. I didn't sleep very well. I think I slept probably about 3 hours. Traffic starts about 4. People go to work really early, people wake up really early, and traffic is loud. Motorcycles, like, it only takes, there's not a lot of traffic at 5 in the morning, but the motorcycles are loud. And the vehicles are loud. And then I woke up again. I fell back asleep after like the first few vehicles. I fell back asleep and I ended up having the most detailed, strange dream I can ever remember. I think it started out by like 2 agents like knocking on the back window of my car and then looking out and somebody saying something to them, but it wasn't me that said something to them. It was almost as if my dog responded to them with a human voice. And then from there, it just went wacky. Like full choreographed singing and dancing, like songs like that I could almost remember. And certain parts of the dream, why I found it so extreme, was that I know that certain items of the dream I've dreamt before, like the same situations. And so I woke up in my little cabin and it was about 6:30. And so I immediately like put the leash on the dog and we got out and walked around the blocks for her to go to the bathroom. And then I actually ended up walking around behind the back of the church that I was parked in front of. And it turns out the church is a public parking lot and they have public bathrooms for 300 colones, so it's less than $1. And then it seems like people are going to a church to pray. It's Tuesday today. It's Wednesday. I don't know if they just do it before they go to work, or if it's because it's Wednesday, it's a special day, I don't know. And I went and I used the public bathroom, and then I went across the street and there is this bakery and I got two nice coffees and a croissant, and I have some cut pineapple here that I brought from home, and I'm gonna have a nice little breakfast and I feel really good actually. Maybe go in and take a peek at the church, maybe take a couple photos, and then we'll be off. Hey guys, so here I am in front of the church, which is a Catholic church, and behind me is my camping spot. Last night I just wanted to make a couple of remarks about the church. Like I said, it's Catholic. I don't see a date on it, but it's, I don't know, I would say 80 years old or so. This gate, I find this kind of strange. If you see, it looks like kind of like, I don't know, maybe it's the shape of an angel, but last night when I was kind of looking at it, it kind of reminded me of a bat or something. And another thing I wanted to mention about the church, which you will see, and I invite you to take note, because you can see it in Canada, you can probably see them in Russia. It seems to be something the same. I heard about this theory or this idea a good few months ago, and I found it very interesting because now I see that it's true. So on top of the church, you have a spire, I guess, the tower, and on top of that you have a metal cross, and on the very top of the metal cross there's another little metal bar that sticks out towards the sky. And the theory is that a long time ago, this has been going on for probably hundreds of years, that was actually a way to collect electromagnetic energy. So whether it be through lightning, I guess, I don't know, or just the electromagnetic energy that exists in the atmosphere at certain times, whether it be coming from sunspots or whatever, that could actually collect energy. And they're always connected to an iron wire or a metal wire that comes down the wall, and you can see it here. And yeah, I find that pretty intense actually. Here is the wire, and it goes all the way up. You can maybe see it heading up. It goes all the way up, and it's attached to the very top of that metal cross up there. And the wire comes all the way down and into the ground, and like, where is it going? And that's the theory, that's the questioning, is like, where do these wires go, and what's the point, right? Like, why would this wire reach way up to the top and then go into maybe the basement of the church? Yeah, so it was a theory that they were collecting energy, free energy, and I think that's where the conspiracy theory comes in. It's like, how would they, if that's true, how would they be collecting free energy? And if it is true, how come we have to pay for energy, right? Like, maybe if it's somehow existing, like we can collect electromagnetic energy from the atmosphere or from the earth, from the sky. Why do we have other like systems? I don't know. Just kind of weird. So when I saw that there, I thought that was kind of weird. So actually, let's go take a peek in the church. It's a Catholic church, and it has a beautiful wooden ceiling. See, this kind of stuff here, these are like kind of like a fault line that I've seen in a few places, and it's like, that's just how it's done here, right? Like, turn right. That's how sketchy it is. Apparently I have to turn this way. See these tires? These tires are tires that just got pulled out of the mud. Oh, it's so frustrating. I'm disappointed. I've been driving and it's actually going pretty okay today. And I was looking for a spot to stop and have a bite to eat. And happened to be this national park entrance, and I thought, oh, I'll just go into the national park entrance and park, and the dog can get out. And let me say, I know dogs are not allowed in national parks. I understand that. I just wanted to park for a little bit and have a bite to eat and maybe walk for a little bit. The entranceway is like a kilometer long before you even get into the park, so I didn't think it would be that much of a problem. And there was a sign there, and it said 4x4s only. No problem. I got a 4x4. Don't know how to use it very well. And I was going down, and the road started to seem a little bit sketchy, and I got scared. And so I said, I'm just going to back up, and I'll park up closer to the entry road, to the road. And as I was backing up, I saw this grassy patch, and I thought, oh, that's a good spot to like kind of pull off the trail. And I hope that tire's not looking flat. Jeez. I just wanted to pull off the trail onto this grassy spot, and it was like, okay, I'm just going to back out a little bit to make sure I don't get stuck. And I get stuck. Oh. And I tried like putting, like I found some rocks, and I put rocks behind the tires, and I found some like little logs, and I put them behind the tires, and I still couldn't get out. So I took my dog, and I walked all the way down to the administration office, and the guys looked at me and my dog and were like, I'm sorry, like, I don't have a choice, you know? I felt really bad. One guy was really cool about it, and he was like, oh, that's a nice dog, I have one too. And the other guy was just like super severe, stern. And so anyways, they took their pickup truck up to the top of the hill, the trail, and I ran up with my dog because it is gonna rain, and I didn't want to be stuck in the mud there when having pouring rain coming down. That would have just made it twice as worse. So they pulled me out. I'm out, and it's another lesson. It's just like, don't park on the grass in Costa Rica because it's probably a sponge. Anyways, those kinds of lessons, and it's like, am I just like super ignorant, or am I just getting bombarded by lessons, so I can be stronger moving forward? I would like to say it's the second, but it's probably a bit of both, Now I know. Now I will take that lesson to heart. And, road trips are fun, but they're not always easy, So basically how, and I'm a bit of a prepper too, and I've been thinking more and more about personal security over the last few years. Basically in my car, I have a shovel, a machete, I have brand new tires, I have a spare tire, I have lots of food, lots of water, I've got my cell phone that's working, I've got a sleeping bag, everything for my personal needs. And what I realized I don't have is a cord to pull me out. Like if somebody had a truck but they didn't have a tow rope, that would be something to think about for next time. Anyways, I'm gonna finish having my carrot sticks, and I got 40 kilometers to go before my destination, and I want to get there. I wanted to go to the beach, and now it looks like it's going to start raining, so to avoid me being caught in a thunderstorm on these roads, I'm going to head out.